Hey guys, thanks for tuning us in for this 73rd episode of Good Questions with Cameron Dole, brought to you by our friends at Smiley's Breezy Vapes. Special guests on this episode include comedian Judy Gold. We'll also visit with the newly crowned champ of The Voice, Carter Rubin. Actor and comedian, former VJ on MTV Pauly Shore. He'll be talking about a new movie, Guest House, which is available today on Netflix. We'll also visit with singer-songwriter Dorothy McCormick. And our final guest will be singer-songwriter Lena Paige. If you would, please take the time to subscribe, drop a like, comment, leave some feedback, and of course share with your friends. Our first guest is comedian and author, talking about the book Yes, I Can Say That. Our good friend Judy Gold back on the program. First off, Judy, thank you so much for taking the time to be back on the show.
Oh, my pleasure. You know, I love getting up early.
Yes. I for some reason, I have a hard time believing that, Judy.
You know, it's fine. It's just that it's so weird in this COVID life. I can't go to sleep till like 3 or 4 in the morning. It's ridiculous. So this was good. It's got me up before 9 o'clock. Yeah.
And Judy, I know we talked about the book before, and I'm excited to kind of delve back into this, especially with 2020, what it's been. Judy, have folks just been getting a little bit more uptight about, well, they're getting uptight about everything. And obviously comedy is getting feeling that as well, right?
Yeah, but it's like people are so starved for laughter, and so I think, look, we're in a pandemic. We're seeing what life is like at a really low point in our history, and we can't be attacking comedians for trying to make us laugh. You cannot take the intent of the comic out of the joke, and just say, oh, the person said this and she said that, or she's joking about this, pandemic. I'm not gonna. No, it's like it's a coping mechanism, and there are funny things about COVID that doesn't take away from the death or cheapen the pain. It's just that it's a coping thing.
And a lot of times, Judy, I've noticed this in I've been a stand-up comedy fan for ages, and sometimes in comedy, you guys talk about touchy subjects, put a little humorous spin on it, but it also it ignites conversation as well, and it also ignites change as well, even though people may not see it that way, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a great joke makes you laugh and makes you think, and it does. It does spark conversation, and there's no growth without discourse. I mean, it's not funny unless it's the truth. And there's a reason why when you put on like any of these like talk shows, there's the pundits, but there's always a comedian there to ease the tension, to call the person out. We're fearless truth tellers, and that's why people are, a little threatened by us.
Judy, in 2020, challenges for everybody. Technology, I think, is in the radio industry has been our biggest challenge. What's the biggest technical thing you've learned this year?
What's the biggest? Well, that's good. I like that. I learned about lighting with my stupid ring light, and I'm just like all I do, I know exactly where to put it, but then I know exactly how to move my head so the ring's not on my glasses, and then I don't know, I put a webcam together. I feel like I have like a little studio here, but it's not the same. I hate to tell you, it's not the same.
Now, Judy, how do you see what has happened in 2020? How do you see that affecting the comedy industry moving forward?
That's such a good question. I don't know. I mean, comedy is like the worst place for COVID. You have your mouths open, you're laughing, hopefully, and there's small spaces. But I think in a way we learned how to do comedy, not in that environment too. So I think with this live streaming, people could go to clubs and also stream it to people in Europe and stuff. Who knows? I think everything's going to change. But, we still got to let allow people to laugh, you know? That'll never change, people getting offended.
That's right. Again, the book, yes, I can say that. And Judy, what has been your reaction to the feedback that you've gotten from other comedians? I mean, obviously they're kind of like, preach on, sister, right?
Well, you know, it's funny because they've called me and they're like, oh, there's so much stuff I didn't know about, you know, about the history of stand-up and you know, about people like Richard Pryor and George Carlin and Joan Rivers and Lenny Bruce. So I think it's like there's so much history in it, and it's sort of like a polemic. It's an argument, and all my evidence is funny jokes. Like I try to make a point, and then I use material. So people, I think, really liked it because it was an easy read, but it's also important, you know?
Now, COVID being what it's been, has it made joke writing or being funny, has it made it more of a challenge this year for you?
You know, it's sort of when the audience, it's such a good icebreaker because we're all thinking the same thing. We're all in the same boat. It's an equalizer. Comedy's an equalizer. And it's like when you get up there and talk about, oh, my God, can you believe this? You know, and I have a joke, you know, my car is getting 4 months to the gallon. You know, when you joke about it like that and everyone's in the same boat, that's great. But doing jokes like that doesn't mean that I'm not pained by the horrors of COVID. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's sort of like the perfect palette for comedy, that everyone's thinking the same exact thing at the same exact time.
That's right. And again, the book, yes, I can say that, When They Come for the Comedians, We Are All in Trouble, by Judy Gold. Judy, always want to make sure and let our listeners know where to find more info about the book and all you got going social media wise as well.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you go to my website, judygold.com, there's all these links for the book, and you can see the gigs. I'm doing virtual gigs over Christmas. And then on Instagram and Twitter, I'm at Judy Gold, JEWDYGOLD, because I'm Jewish.
That's great stuff. Well, Judy, it is always great to visit with you. I wish you the happiest of holiday seasons and a very happy new year as well.
Same to you. Thank you so much.
Up next, newly crowned champ of The Voice, youngster Carter Rubin. I don't think anybody's had a week quite like Carter has had. We've got Carter Rubin, the champion of The Voice 2020. And first off, Carter, thank you for taking the time to be on the show this morning.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Now, Carter, you are probably one of the few people that would say that 2020, there was at least a phase in there that time flew by extremely fast. What has this crazy roller coaster ride of the Voice? What has it taught you about yourself this year?
I think it taught me that music is really capable of bringing light to other people's lives, because 2020 has been a very hard year for a lot of people. And I think people need music and entertainment right now. And I think I was so lucky to be a part of the cast that was doing that for people and bringing people joy and light through music.
What were your reactions from the social media? I mean, you got a huge social media following here in the U.S., and what has that made you feel like this season, to see all the support that's been in your corner?
It makes me feel really blessed and thankful. A lot of people really rallied behind me and supported me and voted for me and made sure that I was able to do what I love to do, and it just means the world to me, man.
And who was it that was the nudge in the back, kind of nudging you to do the audition in the first place? Was it something that you knew you had to do, or did you have to have a little push, if you will?
It was a family effort for sure. My family always encouraged me to follow my dreams and do what makes me happy, and they know singing makes me happy, and so I just finally said, like, oh, let's do it. You know, let's take a shot. And no way was I expecting to win The Voice. That's just insane.
Now, when did you know that you had a special talent? When was it you that knew it, or was it somebody else that told you, hey, you've got a voice that's unmistakable?
You know, I started gigging around Long Island when I was starting at 7 years old, and people came to me and told me that I had talent beyond my years, and I was moving people and inspiring, and like that meant so much to me. And I was like, I think this is what I want to do. I want to sing, but I don't want to just sing. You know, I want to be an artist, and I want to make people feel something.
And Carter, what was maybe the biggest, what were maybe some of the questions that you asked Gwen and some of the other mentors this year that really stuck with you, things that you're going to take into 2021 and beyond?
Gwen has been such an excellent mentor for me. She taught me so much about being myself, and she believed in me, and she had so much confidence and faith in me, and I could not be more grateful for her.
As we get ready to head into 2021, obviously you have a great opportunity to not only make music, but also to touch lives. And how important is that as you move forward to share music and share inspiration to the fans that you've got?
I definitely think it's really important, because I still think people just need music as much as possible, and I really want to. My music has been so well received so far, and I want to keep going and keep expanding on that, and I want to make people feel something.
And Carter, if folks want to keep up with new music that you got coming out, also all of the social media and upcoming activities that are coming up as well, where's the best place people can keep up with you?
Yes, you can follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter at Carter J. Rubin, where I'll have all the latest updates and all the latest information for everyone to know about.
All right. Well, again, Carter Rubin, congratulations, the all-new winner of The Voice. Carter, hope you have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday season, and hopefully we can catch up in the new year.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Again, thanks to our sponsor, Smiley's Breezy Vapes, 313 Falcon Road. Always got red basket specials. Check out their disposables as well. They've got the largest selection of disposable flavors in Southwest Oklahoma. Of course, doors are open. Masks are required to cover your nose and your mouth. If you have any questions, give them a call, 471-VAPE. That's 580-471-8273. Up next, we visit with one of my favorites, Pauly Shore. New movie Guest House is available now on Netflix. First off, Pauly, thanks so much for taking the time to be on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's also on Netflix. It released on Netflix today, actually.
All right, and Pauly, to have something, a new project, especially on Netflix in 2020, I mean, how huge is that this year, brother?
Well, it all led up to this. The movie came out on Blu-ray and it's out on DirecTV, and you could buy it on Amazon and all that stuff, and then Netflix finally picked it up, so we're all pretty excited.
If folks haven't seen the trailers or the previews about Guest House, give our listeners just a little insight into the special on Netflix now.
Well, it's basically I play a guy that won't leave the guest house. So there's this young couple, they buy this house, but there's one catch, that Pauly Shore is living in the guest house, and I won't leave. Yeah. And trouble ensues, and I don't want to tell you that anything else but that, but it's rated R, so it's definitely not for the kids. But it's it's kind of American Pie meets Hangover. It's got that tone, very raunchy. And I don't know. It was fun to do, and I think people are going to really enjoy it.
And right now, Pauly, I don't think there's a time in the world where folks don't need to have a laugh, at least. And for you to keep that tradition, I mean, you've been making us laugh since, well, I remember since the VJ days back at MTV. And for you to see a new generation of fans coming along, Pauly, how cool is that, my brother?
I think it's cool. I mean, the business. It's an interesting business, you get thrown around so much, up and down. But I think really, truly, at the end of the day, it's about the love that I have for, making people happy and the love that I have for, creating stuff. And that's my come from. It's always been my come from. And at the end of the day, you release projects, whatever it is. It could be a little video online. It could be a movie. You just don't know, you don't know how things are going to be perceived. You do your best job and you move on. And, fortunately for this, particular film, all the stars lined up for it, and people really enjoy it, and the script and the characters and the people in it. And so it's fun comedy. So.
And Pauly, how is your celebration leading up to 2021, the new year? How much different is it looking this year, my friend?
It's looking pretty different, just like most people. It's we're just kind of checking this one off, but I think at the end of the day, it's about appreciating the little things that got taken from us. I mean, you've been to Starbucks lately. You can't even. We used to take sitting for granted in Starbucks. We would sit there with our computers and speak loud and just do our thing, and that got taken from us. And it's the little things like that once the vaccine is injected into most people, I think people should take the vaccine. I think the FDA and all that stuff, they wouldn't put it out there if it wasn't bulletproof, and start injecting people with this. I don't think they're that stupid. And I think that the whole world needs to, take this, and we need to get back to, touching people, hugging people, high-fiving people. It's like you shake someone's hand now and you're thinking, oh man, I think I just got corona, Who knew the plexiglass business was going to take off like it did?
That is right. Now, Pauly, how has this year, as far as inspiration, has it been a year that's been hard for you to find inspiration or motivation on new projects?
No, thank God, because of the internet and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff. We're able to shift into putting stuff out online. So if you follow my YouTube page or my Instagram and all that stuff, I just constantly put out stuff. So, I'm kind of using those platforms as a way to kind of, express myself.
And Pauly, what has been the biggest technical thing you've had to learn this year? I know we're close to the same age, and I know for me, I've had to learn Zoom. What's been your technical thing you've had to cover this year?
I think you're right. I think Zoom. I think just that whole world of speaking to someone through computer. And I think honestly though, in a way, once things get back, I think there's still going to be kind of this whole Zoom world that isn't going to go anywhere. And I think that's kind of cool, in a way, like if you can't hop on a flight and you can't make it, like, hey, let's just Zoom, So.
That's right. Well, again, Pauly, Guest House, the movie, available on Netflix, DVD, Blu-ray as well. Pauly, I want to make sure and let folks know where they can keep up with all your socials and everything else you got going on as well.
Yeah, it's just Pauly Shore and everything. And that's it. But I want people to see Guest House. Also, check out my YouTube page. I've got a lot of fun videos on there as well.
All right. Well, Pauly, always great to visit with you, sir. Hope you have a great rest of 2020 and catch up again in the new year, my friend.
All right. Peace out.
Thanks again to the sponsor of our Friday episode, Smiley's Breezy Vapes. Check them out online at smileysbreezyvapes.com, or you can check them out on Facebook. Their doors are open. They've got their protective plexiglass, but masks are required to cover your nose and mouth. They've also always got a new selection of new hardware and the largest selection of disposable flavors in Southwest Oklahoma. Give them a call, 580-471-VAPE. That's 580-471-8273. Our next guest on the podcast today is country singer, songwriter, a little bit of all of that blended into one, Dorothy McCormick. And first off, Dorothy, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
Now tell us a little bit about the single, and obviously worth fighting for. Just kind of how did this one come about for you?
So this song is about a year and a half old now. Because I'm in high school, my mom always encouraged me to enter scholarship contests. And so I was involved in the American Legion Oratorical Contest. And through that, I had the opportunity to go to their national competition in Indianapolis. And while I was there was an organization called Constituting America that I was able to meet. And they said, we have this scholarship contest where we try to encourage young people to learn about the Constitution. And they were telling me the different things. And they said, oh, and one thing you can do is write a song. And I got so excited because I was passionate about music. I was passionate about speaking. Had always been passionate about my country. And I had never found something that combined those things. And so before I was even home from the one competition, I was already looking into it. And so I spent some time just thinking about, it is a bit hard because it's like, okay, what does the Constitution mean in your life today? And I wanted to do something more than just like, obviously the Constitution's a long document that you could put a melody to and you could sing it, but I wanted to do something a little bit more meaningful. So one thing that has always been a big part of my life and my love of my country is the story of my great uncle who lost his life in the Vietnam War. And every Christmas we go and visit his brother and his sister-in-law, and they always talk so fondly about him. And you can tell what his sacrifice means to our family and what it means to our country. And since that had such a big impact on me, I thought to myself, what if I could write him a letter? I'm never going to meet him in person, but what if I could write him a letter? And I realized that was really what the Constitution meant to me, is that because people gave their lives so that I could be free, now I have the opportunity to give back. And so the song Worth Fighting For was born. And I shot a music video in Washington, D.C. with my parents on my phone. And it was an extremely hot day. It was 100 degrees outside. And we visited the Washington Monument. We visited the Lincoln Memorial, the archives, just going around to some of those major sites, Martin Luther King Memorial, just to kind of bring the message and the video together. And then several months later, we heard from Constituting America saying they loved the song and I had won. And I didn't realize what me writing this song, what that journey would start, because now I've been able to see what an impact it's had. I've been able to record it and release it and perform. And it's been an amazing journey, and it's helped me really come out of my shell and talk to people and perform. And so Constituting America just does so much for the young people that participate, and I couldn't be more grateful for all the opportunities that they've given me.
And you talked about how you've gone through the orator and all of those things. Has this also made it, because I know people that can get, I do know folks that love to do speeches, but they're not great conversation wise. Has this helped you on that side as well?
It definitely has, because I honestly thought originally that I'd stand up and speak and I would come off the stage. But oftentimes it involves dinners, it involves thank you notes, it involves meeting the people that your speeches impact. And that has definitely helped me grow in my conversation skills and really making sure that the speech isn't just what I'm able to write down and memorize and give to people, but it's something that's a part of me and what I can say in conversation as well. And so I've just loved the skills that I've been able to grow from that.
And how much different are the skills that you use songwriting as opposed to speech writing?
Honestly, I think they're pretty similar. At both times, I'm trying to tell a story most of the time, because the facts are important, history is important, but if you can't make it mean something to somebody, then what's the point? And so it's telling a story in a different way. You want to make somebody feel something in both music and in giving the speech. And so the two definitely have come together. Music is more difficult and easier at the same time. I know that's a bit of a paradox there, but I have the part of being able to get into the feel of the music, but then it's harder to make it make sense sometimes, because you can't always use complete sentences in music and everything has to flow a little bit better.
That's pretty funny. I like that. And plus sometimes it could be a little bit more enjoyable because you could just, break out in a riff or something, right?
Yeah, I can. I learned classical guitar, and so riffs have been something hard for me to catch on. I could maybe like bust out in some Beethoven, so that doesn't come super naturally to me. So it depends on the situation. Absolutely.
Well, being classically trained, how has that helped you for the writing process, the songwriting, and then also the production elements as well?
So dedication and patience has definitely been a huge foundation. I really did not like classical guitar for a very long time, but the expectation was that I would practice an hour a day and that I would do my best. And so I built that perseverance and that dedication of doing something that I didn't really like. And now that I'm doing something that I love, it allows me to keep the gusto to keep going in that as well. And then I did learn a lot of music theory, a lot of, okay, I know what sounds good together, and it makes me be able to easily go to a C, A, F chord. So even though I will never probably have to play Beethoven on stage in concert, because I did that at one point, the more basic things are so much easier. Production is definitely something I'm still learning. Every time I try it, it makes me more and more thankful for people who are professional music producers. Oh my goodness. I have the equipment. I've watched tutorials and talked to people, and it is very difficult, and it definitely takes a dedicated and talented person to do it. So sometimes it's just learning to be grateful for people who are able to help you.
Now, what in 2020 have you spent most of your time honing in on skills? Has it been the writing? Has it been the playing? Has it been the vocals maybe?
Definitely a lot of vocal work. I have been able to just, because of my school schedule being online, I have had a lot of time to, okay, I sit down, I do a little work, and then I'm able to put 1 to 2 to 3 hours into singing and listening into music. And that has allowed me to grow and really find out what my style is, not just imitating other artists. 2020 has also been, the beginning of the year was, I had so much canceled in my life, so many things that I had worked up to, and for a couple years now, and I thought it was just going to be the worst year ever. But musically, through social media, God opened a lot of doors for me, and I met a lot of amazing people that have mentored me this year. And so while being shut in and not being able to go places I thought was going to be the worst thing ever, I think musically it's been my biggest year so far.
And speaking of music, I know you got the guitar there with you. Are you going to play the single? What do you want to play for us today?
I'd love to play it for you now if you want me to. I brought some of my own songs to play, some other songs that I love. So whatever you want to hear, I'm ready to play.
I'll let you choose. Just play a couple. That'd be great.
Okay. So this is Worth Fighting For, and I might get a little choked up at one point because it means a lot to me, but I think that's something that's super special about it. Even though I'll never get to see your face, I can still honor the life that you gave. For a principle that changed all of history, for the home of the brave and the land of the free. When all 39 of the men signed document that would change billions of lives, they didn't know how it would change yours and mine. But now I can live in a world where I'm free to stand up for what I believe, where I'm free to speak against the injustice that when our hopes start to fade, when our bonds start to break, we can go back to the basics that built our worlds worth fighting for, worth fighting for. And some wonder why men would give their lives to fight an enemy of impossible size. But those men knew that what they left behind was a place where I am free to stand up for what I believe. I am free to speak against the injustice that I see. When our hopes start to fade, when our bonds start to break, we can go back to the basics that built our world worth fighting for. Worth fighting for. The only hard part is that you never came back. Though I know that you gave everything that you had. And so I will stand up for what I believe. And so I will speak against the injustice that I see. When our hopes start to fade, when our bonds start to break, we can go back to the basics that built our world worth fighting for. Worth fighting for. 'Cause gotta know it's worth fighting for.
That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. Now, speaking of music in 2020, what has been the most inspirational or maybe motivational song from wherever this year that's kept you motivated?
I think the song that has meant the most to me is Rainbow by Casey Musgraves. My mom said something earlier, like, Rainbow really goes with your name, because Dorothy Gale from The Wizard of Oz, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and just rainbows mean a lot in my life. I have this kind of fractured glass in my bathroom, and there are some times where I get up in the morning, I'm just like trying to find the motivation to go through the day, and I turn around and there's just little rainbows all over my bathroom, and it's just like God kind of saying it's gonna be okay. And so that song has meant a lot to me this year. You Say by Lauren Daigle has definitely been, for a couple years now, a big song for me. Taylor Swift has come out with some amazing stuff. You know, there's just one thing about music is it carries us through these tough times, and that has been really, really helpful.
Now, who is the singer-songwriter that inspires you the most by what they do, not only musically, but in the other parts of their life as well?
I'm definitely incredibly inspired by Gabby Barrett. Watching her over the past year and a half, 2 years, just go from being a really small artist to just taking the entire country genre by storm, but her personal life as well. One thing that really daunted me about joining the music industry is my Christian faith has always been very important to me, and there's a lot of noise everywhere, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and I was just like, is it possible to stay grounded? And while I do lean more towards the Christian genre personally, watching her just carry herself with so much grace and the way she treats people and the life that she lives. And I'm so happy for her and her husband for their baby that they're expecting. And I think it's just beautiful. I think she's a living example of what it means to be authentic to yourself and still thrive in the music industry.
That's a good example. You got there's a lot of folks out there, obviously, and you picked a good one there with Gabby. And now you said you've got some other favorites that you had lined up. I'm gonna let you, if you're willing to play another favorite for us. I'll listen.
I will. One of my favorite songs that I worked on this summer was Faithful God by I Am They. I just love their organic sound as an artist, and I love this song as well, so I'd like to play it for you. I am surrounded on every side, can't see the light of day, but I am persuaded beyond all hope you won't let go of me. I stake my claim on every word you say. You will not be late. I will sing through fire and thunder, 'cause you are on my side. I trust you with my life. I know my story, it isn't over. Even against all odds, you are a faithful God. You're a faithful God. Through darkest of weather, though I can't see, I still believe you're good. So I'm moving forward through crashing waves. I know I'm safe with you. You hold my life, you hear my cry with every breath inside. I will sing through fire and thunder, 'cause you are on my side. I trust you with my life. I know my story, it isn't over. Even against all odds, for you are a faithful God. That's who you are. I am convinced that your promises will hold together, and I will dwell in the hope of your love forever. I am convinced that your promises will hold together, and I will dwell in your love. I will sing through fire and thunder, 'cause you are on my side. I trust you with my life. I know my story, it isn't over. Even against all odds, oh, you are a faithful God. That's who you are.
Well, Dorothy, if folks want to find more information about your music, about social media wise, everything you've got going on, what's the best way for folks to keep up with you?
The best way for folks to keep up with me is definitely Instagram. I'm probably most active on there. I'm very passionate about advocating for people to be themselves and to take care of themselves. My mental health journey has been a big part of my music journey, and so I try to use even the small platform I have on Instagram to speak to people through music. I'm also on YouTube, and a lot of my stuff is available through Constituting America as well. They've been super fantastic in promoting my work. So you can stream Worth Fighting For on all major music platforms. You can find it on Constituting America's YouTube page. And anybody who's willing to check them out and see where they can go with the work that they do, they aren't just about music. They promote young people who are writers, who are speakers, who are actors. The work that they do for America and for America's young people is absolutely wonderful. And so whether you're a young person looking to grow or whether you're an older person looking to donate and help us young people grow, I just encourage anyone to check it out.
You were looking really hard at me whenever you said, or if you're an older person. That hurt my feelings. No.
Well, if you're older than college, unfortunately, you can't enter the contest anymore.
I understand that. I just had to give you a hard time. Well, Dorothy, it has truly been a privilege to visit with you today. I appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule this week, and hopefully we can catch up again in the new year.
That would be wonderful.
Thanks again to our sponsor for this 73rd episode of Good Questions with Cameron Dole, Smiley's Breezy Vapes. Check them out at 313 Falcon Road. They've got red basket specials. Always got some kind of a special going on, plus up-to-date mods and hardware. Their doors are open. They do ask you to keep your mask on and have your nose and mouth covered. The largest selection of disposable flavors in Southwest Oklahoma, from the novice to the vaping legends, Smiley's Breezy Vapes will take care of you. 313 Falcon Road here in Altus. Our next guest on the podcast is a friend of the show and country singer and songwriter Lena Paige. And Michael, I'm so sorry, I totally blanked on the last name, but
Ricks.
That's an easy one too.
It's not common, but it's yes.
Well, first off, Lena, thank you so much for taking the time. And how ready are you to put 2021 on the end of everything that you've got?
Oh man, I probably feel the same way everybody else does. We're ready to move on with this year. Thought 2018 was hard. 2020 was a little different. So
it has been a different year, and for you, Lena, has inspiration for music this year and for writing and stuff like that, has it been easier or has it been harder to find inspiration this time?
Actually, it's been harder for me. I had way more inspiration before COVID hit. I know a lot of people have written some really awesome songs about COVID. I'm not one of those. I did not jump on the COVID bandwagon, but I have written a lot about rain. I wrote a new song that I'm really excited about because it's been raining a lot in 2020.
Yes.
So I have written some other songs, just not about COVID.
Now tell us about the single Joan of Arkansas, just for our listeners, and the writing process behind this one.
Well, actually, I wrote that with a gentleman here in Nashville. His name is Robbie Jenkins, and we wrote that song specifically for victims of domestic violence and the abused. And anybody that knows me knows I'm a protector of the innocent. I am a huge animal, senior citizen, child advocate. I work with World Orphans Day and the Stars Foundation on a daily basis. And so after I wrote this song, I became associated with those organizations and decided to use this song to help bring awareness to the orphans in the United States and around the world. And when I decided to do that, the producer actually reached out to Tanya and said, "Hey, Tanya, she's doing this song and I think you're really going to like it." And she said, "Well, I'd like to do a duet with her on it." And so we got together in the studio and we did a duet on it. And I love it. I love Tanya. I think she's amazing. And so I'm very excited about this song. Yes, it is it's a hard topic for a lot of people, but the message of the song is hope, and it's holding on to your faith. And we need that, especially during the holidays for a lot of these people and during COVID.
And that's one thing that's nice about music, is that music, you can touch some ugly subjects and make people think without without offense, if you will. And for you to be able to share music to get people thinking as well, I mean, that's got to mean something extra special to you as well, especially for Tanya to buy into it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, she's a wonderful person, and so we had a shot of tequila and did a song together. It turned out great.
What was that process like in the studio with them?
She just is so amazing. I had actually recorded my part, and then she came in after I was done with my part, and she is so quick and so amazing. And she already had heard the song, so she already had, like you say, bought into it. She believed in it. She really wanted to promote it. So she just came in, and I swear we were all sitting there in awe, because you could tell she was singing it from her soul. And I loved that, because I really sang it from my soul too, because it was it's such a heartfelt topic and a major topic for me. So when she came in and she gave it her all, we were just blown away. It was wonderful. And the producer is Kent Wells, who is also Dolly Parton's producer. And he was so excited. He was like, "This is amazing," so yeah, it was truly amazing.
Well, in 2020, a lot of folks talk about different things that they've honed in some skills on. And what has 2020 allowed you? What have you focused in on personally?
Well, I've had to shift gears this year, like a lot of people. I mean, we do everything Zoom now, and I can't really reach out to the fans. I'd love to be able to perform live for them, and my band is amazing, and we have so much fun on stage, and the crowd really gets into it, and I love performing. So not being able to do that, I've had to really shift gears and try to figure out what I'm doing. So I actually have taken on several different hats like everybody else has, and just trying to make the best of it and moving forward and looking forward to 2021. I mean, what else can we do,
Now, how are your holiday plans been changed this year?
My holiday plans, I may be just going to Florida.
That's not a bad idea.
I may just go to the beach and say, adios, amigos. I don't know. What are you doing this year? Do you know yet? He's always performing somewhere.
Part of the 2020 thing is I'm keeping the bills paid. So I'm playing shows and playing parties, private little, parties with a few people, just playing those and paying the bills right up until the holidays. Cause this has just been like, keep the money rolling.
Yeah. It has been that way for everybody, I think. So, including me, I've had to, like I said, I've had to wear several different hats. So.
Yeah, us radio guys, we're not used to the cameras and all that stuff. So I'm used to the audio, not the videos. But what's the biggest technological advance that you've made this year?
Oh, goodness. Zoom. I'm like, I thought that's what cars did. Zoom, 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 and now all of a sudden it's Zoom. Yeah.
Mazda.
I'm not promoting Mazda. Zoom, zoom. I'm not promoting any car company unless, Bentley wants to throw me a Bentley, I'll take a convertible, please. Or a pickup truck for my horses. I would love that. But anyway, no, Zoom I've been trying to get used to that, and just doing everything virtually.
It has been a challenge, and I'm excited. You bragged big time on Michael here, so I'm excited to listen to him strum something. And I don't know what you got.
Well, we thought we would play you a couple songs if that's all right.
That'd be great.
How many songs do you want to hear today?
2 would be awesome. 2.
We got 2. So the title track to the album is called Roses in December. And we, my mom and I, all of the songs on the album we've written together and or separately. And so the very first song we wrote, I was 15. I came home from school and she said, help me write this song. And I was like, okay, I'd never written with her before, so I never even thought about that, but she wrote every day. She's 82 and she still is writing every day. Wow. And the songs are so amazing. So we wrote this song and actually I put it out on Reverb Nation. It went number 2 in the world on Reverb Nation like overnight. And that was awesome. So I have fans in Argentina and Fiji and Africa. So I love it that they love this song too. And so we'll go ahead and do Roses in December for you. You packed away your gifts and said you'd never play again. Said we'd buy a ranch in Texas, have some kids and settle in. Well, I never did believe you. Music's deep down in your soul. So I smiled and I kissed you. When you left me for the road. Sometimes it gets so lonely. Yeah. You're not here at night. I miss your gentle loving. My arms ache to hold you tight. Oh, but then I hear your music playing on the radio. I love you just like they do. So I have to let you go. It's like roses in December and snowflakes in July. That's the way our lives have always been. Since you picked up that guitar again. Oh, but I am not complaining. Oh no, as long as there's a you and I. Yeah. Take my roses in December and my snowflakes in July. I'll take my roses in December and my snowflakes in July.
I can't watch that guy and stand still, that's for sure.
Well, good. Well, we wanted to do, I wrote a song, You Ain't No Match. I don't know if anybody knows about that song, but that song actually went #1 for 2 weeks on one of the charts. I can't remember which one it is right now, but I did that. If you'd like us to play that, and then we can do Joan of Arkansas. Is that okay?
That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we wanted to play you an upbeat one.
That'd be awesome. And I love the banjo too.
Oh, banjo's awesome. You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. So I wrote this with Bill DeLuigi here in Nashville. I broke through the breakup with waterproof makeup. Yeah, I sent your long stem sorries back. No more unsober, can I come over? 'Cause one of us is done with that. You burned me once, so baby don't keep on lighting up my phone. You missed the memo, our fire done went cold. It's time to forget my name. I'm still hot, but your history, you can't keep up with me. I'm going out on the town in the blaze. No match for this old flame. I ain't mad at you, I really should thank you for showing me just what I didn't want. You burned me once, so baby don't keep on lighting up my phone. You missed the memo, fire done went cold. It's time to forget my name. I'm still hot, but your history, you can't keep up with me. I'm going out on the town in a blaze. No match for this old flame. You'll never, 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 never relight it. You're just blowing smoke, so don't even try it. You'll never, 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 never relight it. You're just blowing smoke, so don't even try it. You missed the memo, fire done went cold. It's time to forget my name. don't catch. You ain't no match for the soul Right on, Michael. Good job.
That's good stuff. I always worry when we're doing a Zoom and somebody's playing. I hate to bob my head because usually I'm about a half a second delayed.
You are. You are.
And that guy's got no rhythm at all.
It's all good. We understand with Zoom. I've got Zoom down now, so.
I try to just tap my feet so it doesn't look so obvious.
Well, that song, it's so fun and it motivates you. So, you got to get into it,
That's right. Now, but before you play another one, I wanted to give all of our listeners a chance to know. We'll remind them again at the end, but social media wise, where's the best place to find the music, tour dates, all that kind of stuff too?
Well, I wish we had some tour dates set up. If anybody's got any ideas or want to come have us play, we'd love it. We're located around Nashville, so anywhere though, we love to play. So if anybody wants to have us play a private party or anything like that, we would love that. But all my social media is under Lena Paige Music. So there's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I would love more followers on Twitter. So I just would like that. So if anybody would just kind of reach out to me on Twitter, I would love that.
And you have TikTok too.
And I have TikTok now. So over Thanksgiving, I went and stayed with friends and they have cows and they feed their cows these treats. And on TikTok, the cows are just like on top of me trying to get these treats. And anyway, so if anybody has an opportunity to check that video, it's really funny.
Well, I'll be checking that one out as well. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And then my website is lenapage.com.
Lena Paige, and that's Paige.
Correct. Yes.
Right. Well, I'm truly privileged to have you guys on today, and I know you've played a couple for us, and I'm really looking forward to the latest single. I think you guys are going to play that one for us too.
We are Joan of Arkansas. Yep. I call it SOS. It's a song of substance. And we're kind of lacking those nowadays. So if anybody has any songs of substance they would like to throw my way that I could listen to, I would love that. I encourage my fans to send me their songs and let me listen to them. I love listening to everything they have because everybody has a voice. And especially with Joan of Arkansas, I've had people reach out to me and just say, I listened to your song and it really touched my heart. And I was there. I was abused. I was a victim of abuse. And your song is at the right time, at the right place. And I truly feel that also. So SOS, Songs of Substance. They touch the heart. And that's what we do with this song. So we'll play that for you. All right. Do that again? Okay. So God, I'm asking, can you forgive me today? And Lord, I'm praying, just show me the way. You know everything and you forgive all. But just in case you don't recognize my face, I'm Joan of Arkansas. I just turned 11, live south of Little Rock. Some things have been happening I wish you'd make stop. My stepdad does things sometimes when he gets drunk. Says it's my fault, all my fault. I better not talk. So God, I'm asking, can you forgive me today? And Lord, today. Lord, I'm praying, just show me the way. I know you know everything and you forgive all, just in case you don't recognize my face. I'm Joan of Arkansas. So many years have gone by. Recognize my face. I'm Joan of Arkansas. Just in case you don't recognize my face, I'm Joan of Arkansas.
I don't want to cut in on his strumming at all.
I know. Well, I get so caught up in that song, I forget where I'm at sometimes, and that's the thing about doing live shows is we just kind of mix it up once in a while. And but I just love that song. It does touch my heart, and I get singing it and I forget where I'm at. And I just want to tell everybody, if you are having hard times right now, please reach out to somebody. There are people out there for them. And so I always encourage people. And if anybody wants to look at what we're doing for the Stars Foundation, it's thestarsfoundation.net. And you can actually go on and donate under Lena Paige and Tanya Tucker, Joan of Arkansas.
Well, Lena and Michael Ricks, I got it. I made sure I kept it in the file for a moment at least. It has been great to have you guys to visit with us today. Wish you guys the happiest of holiday seasons. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that stuff.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's right. Well, guys, you guys have a great rest of your week as well.
Okay, thank you.
Again, thanks for joining us for this 73rd episode of Good Questions with Cameron Dole. If you ever have a comment, question, or anything else you'd like to know, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at GQ with Cam. If you'd like to help out in the funding for this podcast, feel free to click the support tab and follow the instructions. If you have a special guest idea, email me, gqwithcam@gmail.com. Again, thanks to Brandon Allen, our good friend, for pinning the tune for the theme song for Good Questions with Cameron Dole. We're going to let him play us out. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And again, thanks to our sponsor, Smiley's Breezy Vapes at 313 Falcon Road here in Altus. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Join us for episode 74 coming up on Monday.